G'day guys, Calvin from the Coaching Company in New Zealand. Right, I'm going to run over a really interesting topic. Well, it's interesting for me, and it's something that a lot of guys will get wrong, and I'll show you why. It'll make sense. But we're going to talk about connecting rods in 1UZs, and in particular the Soarer's SC400s. Okay, and this is something that I see quite a bit of. And what I'm going to tell you is not an exact rule, because Toyota didn't make an exact rule. They played games. Okay, so it's come up on this post, and I've got permission to make this video from the poster. And he's got some beautiful information and some beautiful pictures, as you can see here. So I'm going to read this out. Figured I'd make one separate post about this. I'm looking to get an SC400 that was manufactured in the 8th month of 94. But it's a 95 SC400. I want to make sure that it has the engine with the thicker rods. I was told that one other way I can tell if it has the thick rods is the shape of the fuel rail. Apparently the engines with the thinner rods have more circular rods, it probably means fuel rails, versus the engine with the thicker rods have the square shaped rail. That's good information. Can anyone provide more information on this? Yes, I can. I'm doing it right now. Markings on the block somewhere. I tried doing research, even Wikipedia says the 95 still has the Gen 1 1UZ. But this picture here says it's 92 to 94. I want to be sure. And fair enough too. Now, Gen 1 engines in the LS400s were manufactured from the 89. I can actually get exact dates if you really wanted, to the 8th month of 95. No, sorry, 8th month of 94. So the 9th month of 94, there was an LS400 which was a UCF 20. Now, here in New Zealand and in Australia, we get vehicles when the year on the registration plate is the day they're sold, or the year they're sold. So we can get a 1994 UCF 20 LS400. And we can get Celsius. So when they get imported, they'll write the year of production on them. In the USA, those cars produced at the end of 1994 are model year 95s. So the UCF 20s are 95s. And the 94, the UCF 10 LS400s have the thick rods. And after that, the 95 model years have the UCF 20s have the thinner rods. Okay, and it continues into the VVTIs and some of the Land Cruisers, blah, 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 blah. Okay. SC400s don't play the rules though. Toyota stuffed you guys up. And they didn't play by the rules. So we're going to go over that and we're going to have a look. Okay, so he's got a manufacture date here. He really wants the thicker rods. I'm not sure completely why. Maybe he wants to boost it. If it's just a drive car NA, I'd go for the thinner rods because they go better in an NA form. Now, normally, billet fuel rails with the flat tops are a thick rod, with a heavier rod engine, and the round cast rails are the thin rods, and that's how you can tell normally. And so that's a good general rule. If the engine's got a cold start injector, 100%, as long as no one's changed the block underneath, like I sometimes do, they are a thick rod engine. But if they're a standard original, they're a thick rod engine. 131 Crown, or a thick rod engine. So we've got this little picture here. This is a good little photo, and it's got 89 to 94, 95 to 97, and of course the changeover is in that 94 year. We'll probably see that soon. and then you've got the VVTI and the 2UZ and the 3UZ and the Lextreme forged rod. Okay. It's a great bit of information, and it's a good guide. Look at this. Excuse me. Here we have a VIN number. Oh yeah. Here we have a model number. Made in Japan. It was a Japanese made car. Yep. Here's the transmission. There's your diff. And this is your color and your trim codes. So we've got a bit of information on there. And that VIN number is really good. And it's going to be really helpful for us. And then we've got pictures. Look at that. Come up. Billet fuel rails, flat tops. Billet fuel rails, flat tops. Billet fuel rails, flat tops. Okay. So that all points towards it being a thick rod engine. But is it? And as I said, SC400s don't play by the rules. And why would I be making this video if it wasn't of interest? Let's try not to wreck this here. We're going to get rid of this. We go, yep, can I do a video? See, I've asked permission. And we got some other, there's not much happening there yet, okay, and it might take a little while because it's on that page. So what I've got, I'm going to open another page and I'm going to go into Toyo DIY. And I've actually already signed in. So to sign in, and you have to have, it's like when you go to a party and someone asks you to come to the party, you need one of those to come to this party. Okay, it starts with in, and I'm not meant to mention both of those words like Toyo DIY and this in word in the same place. It's against the rules. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pluck that VIN code and I'm going to throw it into Toyo DIY. Because it was a long one, here's one I prepared earlier. Oh, it isn't there. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this isn't going to work for me. Oh, bugger it. Wait there. I'm just going to recreate this. I'm going to go vehicle identification, because I went in for vehicle identification, it doesn't save it. And I'm going to type the VIN code into there. So you just hold there while I take 3 hours to type on my keyboard to type it in. Just wait right there, will you? So I got everything ready to type in the code, and I'd already typed it in, so it's actually already come up. So if you want to confirm, that is the correct chassis number. I'm going to tap on that, and I'm going to do a search, and it's going to bring up that car. There it is. Look, there's the USA 1UZ transmission type 4 on the floor. There's your color code. There's the car. There's the VIN code from 94 to 96. Brings up this one, and we bring up engine and fuel because we want crankshaft and pistons. We click on crankshaft and pistons and we bring up, here's your connecting rod. We bring up this, there's the connecting rod part number. We take that number. Oh, I don't want all those numbers. We take that number, we copy it, we start a new one there. We tap her in here. Okay, we've got a top North America because it's an SC400. Okay, you'll notice if I go there, they also went to Canada, but they were left-hand drive. They didn't go to many places in the world. But we also want to know what other markets, what other engines had those connecting rods. And this is a really, really interesting little list here. Look at this. So we've got a Japanese Soarer. This model Soarer, that ran from 91 to 97, and 91 to 96 in that one. No big deal. North America, 91 to 90 to 2000. 97 to 2000. What? This is a 94 car, and the rods were fitted in a 97 to 2000 car with a 5-speed. That's a VVTI engine. Crown, Majestas. some 141s, 97 to 99. That's a VVTI. Celsius. Now I told you, UCF20. I was using LS400, but Celsius is the same thing. Look at this, UCF20. Both non-VVTI. Oh, see the 10th month? So it was actually the 9th month of 97. 9th month of 94, they stopped making the UCF10s, and they made the UCF20s in the 10th month. And VVTI. Land Cruiser, small rods. There's your LS400s. So that car, there's a good chance, even though it's got billet fuel rails, that it's got the small rods in it. We'd better just check another one, shall we? If I'm just going to go in here again, and I'm opening Toyo DIY, and I'm just going to put in a Japanese Soarer ECU number, because that's the fastest way for me. I get 89661-24 Soarer 220 Japanese. That should bring us up. Here's a Soarer 91 to 93. Now you've got to be careful, because see here it says 91 to 97. That's the model year of that 97, but they put a VVTI into that same shell as such. But let's go over this one. I do want to open the link like this. There we go. We're going to go back to engine, piston and crankshaft, connecting rods. There they are. And look, part number's changed by one number right there. So it's 13201-50020. You guys were paying attention, eh? .30. So it's a supersession. It's the next rod. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to, you know what we're going to do, eh? We're going to cross-reference it. Copy. We open one of them. We slam one of them. Oh, I don't want to remove the shortcut. And we slam this in the hole. Paste right there. We got the right number. We click all those. We push search. Soarer SC Crown. There's your 131s. Big rods. There's your Aristos. Let's go Celsius LS400, because those are the ones that count. UCF10s. From 92, there's an 89 to the 9th month of 94. So there we go. It's going back to the original post. There's our chassis number. Push on there. Square fuel rails. Square fuel rails. Square fuel rails. But the listings show that there's a very good chance that that engine has got small connecting rods. Interesting stuff. And I see this a lot. So in the SC400 range, in the final runs of the non-VVTIs, it's like a lottery. They threw a dice, and they must have had some models that they had some older connecting rods and they put them in, or engines left over, or the cars weren't sold straight away and they continued on. Not too sure, because that's normally based on production, so it seems to be that they still had some rods left over. Well, of course they were still making spare parts for their older ones, and then some of them they must have had some intake manifolds with the square rails and they put the thin rods underneath. I haven't looked at what pistons they fitted to see whether they did the higher compression as well. We could do that, shall we, very quickly. That's the right car. Yep, that's the right car. There's the piston. There's the piston. Here's me again. There we go. Japanese, Europe, North America. Here we go. So it's got the early model piston and the later model rod, because there's UCF10. Look at that. So it's got the lower compression, but it's got the lighter piston as listed on Toyo DIY. As I said, this isn't an exact rule, guys. So the only way to really tell now, pull the pants off it, have a look, stick your eyeballs up there, and see if it's got the big rods or the small rods. So lots of guys will get caught out there. It's in the SC400s. If anyone else has seen it in the LS400s, I would be really interested, because I haven't. I've seemed to stick to the rules, and I've been doing this a long time. And that's why sometimes I will have a Soarer, guys will ring up and say, I've got a Gen 1 Soarer, but it's broken the cam out and bent all the valves, and I thought they didn't touch. Nah. It's because Toyota played games with us, or Lexus played games with us, and put the late rods in the early engines. If it had the early pistons, it shouldn't be in them, but some of them have the late rods and the late pistons in under an early fuel rail, looking like a Gen 1 engine, but it's not. This will throw some the cat among the pigeons, because a lot of guys will get a bit upset about the information I've just put forward, because it just wrecks the 100%. It's got a alloy billet fuel rail, and it's definitely a thick rod. I've actually provided proof, and that's why I've done the proof, to show that it's most likely got some thin rods in it, and not the first time I've seen it. Hope that's been helpful. We'll talk to you again soon. We'll catch you later.